Does your child have huge meltdowns? At first, you can stay steady and calm, but the longer it goes on, the more worn down you become. Then you reach the tipping point when you say and do the things you don't want to do. If you're tired of feeling helpless during your son's meltdowns and isolated by the stress it brings to your family, and you want simple steps to open communication, reduce outbursts, and bring more peace to your home, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Cynthia, wife and boy mom. I remember having a child who looked typical, but spent hours falling apart at home. I learned how to stay confident during the stress of meltdowns and build connection without resorting to heavy-handed parenting. If you're ready to reduce the meltdowns and aggressive behavior and finally see that what you're doing is actually helping, then grab my hand. I am the mom you've been waiting to meet. Today, I will walk you through the exact process I used to reduce the stress and anxiety when under the weight of the explosive behavior. From the time our kids are born and through their growing up years, we desire a strong bond with them. How can you not? You're the mom. But there are circumstances, perhaps a diagnosis, and behaviors that can war against all of this. Hey, I'm Cynthia with My Son is Having a Hard Time podcast, and it's a pleasure to spend time with you today. A few of the reasons you may be here is that you're experiencing an extreme rise and fall of emotions and processing with your son. He collapsed, he's shut down physically and verbally, and even goes selectively mute. And what that looks like, I used to call it nonverbal as well. Sometimes we experienced him almost have a glaze over his eyes, and we just felt like we could not reach him. Oh, you know all about the articles. There's the school counselors, there's the psychologists. We did it all too, and nothing worked. I felt helpless, like a failure most of the time, and I experienced a breaking on the inside often. I felt like I was losing control, and that in turn led me to sometimes lash out at him. This constant cycle broke my heart and his, as many times I saw alligator-sized tears streaming down his cheeks. This is no small issue, and it affects the entire family. But the truth is, I couldn't control circumstances. So many different things happen from day to day, and you can't predict it all. I couldn't control his behavior. This too was unpredictable and often extreme. And of course, I couldn't control my son. 99% of the time, he couldn't tell me what was happening for him. And that left me the only thing I could control. And even that I was having a hard time with. The question that remained was, how do we still go on living, doing the things we need to do, to getting across to him all the things he needs to learn? I think that we'd like to believe that they'll pick it up naturally and just follow what we say. But rather, what I found is that they're soaking up most everything by observing. And I know that sounds ridiculously simple, but hear me out. As I learned to be more calm in the inside, so did he. So let's walk through the process that I used to bring stillness in the midst of a violent outburst, or even when I saw things just building up in him. I refer to it as the LOW method. LOWW. L stands for lean in. This is where you check in with yourself. Big breath here. And focus in on lowering anxiety in you and your child. This is the hardest part, but crucial for connection. O stands for observe. Your calm presence is what they will soak up at this point. You may feel like you've lost them, but watching for clues in his behavior will help in the future. W is for whisper. Your voice can be very soothing for your child. And you know that because when your voice gets loud and feels maybe overpowering for him, you have the opposite reaction from him, and that can actually trigger a lot as well. Using an uber soft tone can work wonders here. It can help you remain calm and brilliantly quiets your child's anxiety. The second W stands for wait. You'll see fear dispelled and light come back to your child's eyes and body. However long this process takes, it's worth it. A solid connection and security will build over time. I clung to this daily, multiple times a day, because sometimes we had one meltdown after the other, and sometimes they lasted for 3 hours at a time. Using this framework, we experienced tensions eased. There was always a deep love, for me to him and for him to me. But what I hadn't realized is that now, with a new calm inside of me, his trust and security grew towards me. There was always a brilliance about him before, but it seemed all tangled up in the meltdowns. But over time, it grew and it grew and it grew, and now we are able to plug in very easily with each other. Using the low method is just one of the tools, but it is very effective for the nervous system and brainwaves to be able to talk to each other. This helps to synchronize your interaction with your son. It reduces the anxiety, and the first person in the room to bring anxiety down wins. What you'll find is that you can use this in pretty near any relationship or difficult conversation. But most importantly for today, you are creating a firm and lasting connection with your son. If you are needing more support and encouragement from a mom who knows what you are going through, you can find me at cynthiafair.com or simply send an email to info@cynthiafair.com. Hey Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may be on an uphill battle with her son's unique challenges? Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It lights me up to know this podcast is helping you. All right, time to breathe and know that you have everything inside of you to courageously raise your brilliant son. I'll meet you back next week for another episode. Bye.